5 signs your wife no longer sees you. Health impact. If you're a Christian husband feeling invisible, your mental health is at risk. Here are 5 warning signs I ignored. Quick question. What time do you feel most invisible in your marriage? Drop it in the comments. Is it morning when she barely acknowledges you, evening when she's distracted, or late at night when she's asleep next to you but you feel completely alone? I'm going to show you exactly what these 5 signs look like, explain how this invisibility is literally damaging your health, and tell you when peer support isn't enough, when you need professional help. But here's what I discovered that no one talks about. There's biblical research that proves emotional connection isn't selfish. It's how God designed marriage to work. This is real faith, real struggle content. I'm someone who walked through marriage invisibility and learned the hard way that faithfulness doesn't mean staying silent. Welcome to the grounded believer. The first sign is the most obvious, but the most ignored. I call it the furniture treatment. This nearly destroyed my mental health before I understood what was happening. You know you're experiencing this when she only acknowledges you when something needs to be done. You become a service provider in your own home. She notices when you forget to take out the trash, but doesn't notice when you're struggling emotionally. You're treated like a functional piece of furniture. Useful when needed, invisible when not. Here's what the research shows and what Scripture confirms. Psalm 139:14 says we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Studies on emotional validation prove that when humans are consistently treated as objects instead of people, it triggers a chronic stress response. Your cortisol levels stay elevated, leading to depression symptoms, weakened immune system, and cardiovascular problems. You're not furniture. You're a human being created for relationship. If this hits home, comment furniture below. But this next sign almost broke me. The conversation blackout. This is when she talks about you like you're not there, doesn't ask about your inner world, and interrupts or dismisses when you share anything deeper than logistics. I remember trying to share something I was struggling with and getting the same response she'd give to background noise. It's like your thoughts, feelings, and inner life simply don't exist to her. Proverbs 27:17 tells us as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. God designed marriage for emotional intimacy and mutual growth. But research on social isolation shows that when someone consistently treats you as if your inner world doesn't matter, it affects your immune system, increases inflammation, and can even lead to cognitive decline. The loneliness you feel isn't just emotional, it's physical. God designed you to be known, not just used. This final sign is the most dangerous because it feels like connection. I call it emergency attention. This is when she only notices you when you're angry, upset, or threatening to leave. Crisis gets attention, but ordinary you remains invisible. It creates this toxic cycle where you have to be in distress to be seen, which trains your nervous system to stay in fight or flight mode. The Bible speaks about authentic love in 1 Corinthians 13, love that rejoices in truth and bears all things. But research shows that relationships based on crisis attention create adrenaline addiction cycles, relationship trauma, and emotional dysregulation. Your heart literally gets confused about what love feels like. You shouldn't have to be in crisis to be seen. Has this happened to you? Share in the comments. The fourth sign is the absence of affection. When hugs, kisses, or even casual touches become rare or feel forced, it signals a deep emotional disconnect. You might find yourself longing for even the smallest gesture of warmth, but it never comes unless you initiate, and even then, it feels empty. Research shows that physical affection is vital for emotional health. Lack of it increases stress, anxiety, and can even lead to sleep problems. Song of Solomon celebrates marital affection as a gift from God, not a luxury. If this is your reality, know that your need for affection is not weakness. It's how God made you. The fifth sign is when there's no talk of a shared future. Plans, dreams, and even small decisions are made without you. You feel like a roommate, not a partner. The silence about tomorrow is deafening, and it leaves you feeling unimportant and alone. Scripture says in Ecclesiastes 4:9-10, 2 are better than 1. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. When your future is no longer a shared journey, it takes a toll on your hope and mental health. If this resonates, comment future below. Now I need to be clear. I'm not a licensed counselor. I'm a brother who's walked this path and found hope on the other side. If you're having thoughts of harming yourself, please reach out for professional help immediately. Getting counseling isn't a failure of faith. It's biblical wisdom. We offer brotherhood support here at The Grounded Believer, but trained professionals have tools we don't. Now you know the 5 signs, understand the health risks, and know when to get professional help. Your struggle is real. Your emotional needs are biblical, and faithfulness doesn't mean staying silent. That was my biggest discovery. I could stay committed to my marriage and my faith while still having a voice about my legitimate needs. God sees you. Your pain matters, and this situation can improve with the right steps. You're not alone in this. There are brothers who understand. Now that you recognize these signs, you might be wondering what to do about it biblically. That's exactly what I'm going to cover in my next video. How to reclaim your voice without destroying your marriage. If this helped you feel less alone, subscribe for more real faith, real struggle content. Welcome to The Grounded Believer, where brothers support brothers.